I feel like this guy would have had a much easier time winning over his human liberators if he had just sang them a catchy little song about how great it is to have a friend like him. I mean, being a spooky devil man tends to scare most people away.
Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
Wishmaster 2 Evil Never Dies follows a demonic genie who is on a mission to collect 1001 souls and to also convince the woman who freed him from his prison to make 3 wishes so that he can take over the world. Honestly, though, if he were just a little friendlier and voiced by Robin Williams, I think that evil could have triumphed. When I look at these movies, the Wishmaster is one of the easiest horror villains to beat. I mean, if you want to avoid getting killed by him, just don't make a wish. Plus, if you've seen the first movie, it didn't exactly take the greatest amount of effort for the main character to end his reign of terror. As weak as he is, though, the Wishmaster is easily the best part of these movies at the same time. I mean, he is completely sure of himself, and he is just so over-the-top cartoon evil that he's kind of hilarious. I mean, I love the weird smile that he always has when he's talking to people. Go on, make a wish. I can give you anything. Money, power, an internet connection that never freezes. I can even give you a house that isn't next to a busy road so you won't hear those fucking noises in the background. By the way, if you enjoy characters like Freddy Krueger and Chucky for their silly little one-liners, you're going to love the Wishmaster for the same reason. Every time he kills someone in a gruesome way, he usually follows it up with some kind of pun related to their death. Of course, he doesn't kill every single person who makes a wish. That would just be bad for business, but when he does, it's hilarious. Like, there's one scene where this guy wishes for a certain someone to go fuck themselves, and then when it plays out, it is just so batshit strange that I can't help but laugh at that scene. By the way, here's a fun fact. When I was a kid, Wishmaster 2 was the first R-rated movie that I owned on VHS, and when that scene came up, I had no fucking clue what was going on. Now, there is one big glaring problem I have with this movie, and that is with the hero of the story, the woman who accidentally freed the Wishmaster from his prison. Whenever you're just following her and her little priest friend, those scenes are just a complete chore to get through. The main issue with the character is that her scenes are written way too seriously. I mean, they probably would have been fine in the context of a movie like, say, The Exorcist or The Conjuring. I would have been able to buy her character more credibly from those movies. But instead, she's in this campy movie where a grinning genie is being threatened by Debo from Friday in one scene, and then in the next scene you see this woman doing some research on the internet about the evil jinn and the statue and Persian. Seriously, does this woman even know what movie she's in? In the end, Wishmaster 2 is definitely another guilty pleasure. I seem to have been reviewing those a lot lately, but in spite of its flaws, I'd say if you're just looking for a fun, gory horror film that doesn't take itself completely seriously, at least outside of where the main character is concerned, then this film does come recommended. Don't worry, the Wishmaster himself does have a lot of screen time. And that's all I've got to say about the film. I hope you all have a good one.